In this video, we are going to learn how to find the length of the longest consecutive sequence of available seats in the cinema hall. Hello, I'm Jagan from growwithdata. I'm posting this video to share my knowledge in Python language with you. If this assists you in your interview preparation in any ways, I will be happy. I have created a playlist, Python interview questions 51 to 100, and I will be tagging this video to that playlist. The code we are discussing in this video will be posted on the GitHub. The GitHub link will be in the video description part. Now let's see the sample input data and you can talk about the question in detail. So we are given an array cinema which has the seat ID and the free flag and for all the seats. The cinema hall, few seats are occupied and few seats are free. If the free flag, the second element of the first set, if that is 1, that means the seat is available. If it is 0, that means the seat has been occupied. So we are asked to find the longest consecutive sequence of available seats in the cinema. If you see this, seat 1 is available, seat 2 is occupied, seat 3 is available, seat 4 is available, seat 5 is available. So with the given data set, the longest available seat is 3, 4 and 5. So what we have to respond is, we have to give what is the first seat ID and what is the last seat ID and what is the length, how many seats are available between the first and the last. So in this scenario, 3 is the seat ID, starts with 3 and ends with 5, and we have 3 seats available. So this should be the answer. Okay, so we did the same question in the yesterday's video, which is based on the database. If you go into the YouTube channel videos, we have the consecutive available seats, right? So in this video, we have addressed the question in SQL. If you want to see the code, if you go to GitHub, you can see the code. We have a table and we use the self join and then we use the Windows function using the row number and then we find the answer. In this video, we are going to use Python and we are going to find the answer. The Python is going to be a bit simpler than the SQL because you can loop in easily. Okay, now let's start with the code. So let's create another part and then I say div grow with data. The input is cinema. So here I'm going to create quite a few variables. First is the maximum length. That means how many seats are available, right? So that number will be stored in this. The maximum seat start seat. So this will be like the starting point of the seat. So you can just say none for now. And then the maximum end seat. So here you can say none. The end seat is the 5, right? The start is the 3 and then goes 4 and the last one is 5. So that is what is going to store in the maximum start seat and maximum end seat. The next one is, since you're going to do the looping part, we have to go for other variables. Current length, th. Current length is going to be 0. So before finding the maximum length, for every loop in function, we are going to carry this current length. I can show you how to use it. And then same like the maximum start seat and maximum end seat, we are going to have the start seat, which is going to be none, and then end seat, which is again going to be none. So the last 3 are going to be used in the iterative part, and the first 3 are going to be the final settlement variable. Okay, now let's go into the looping part. For seat ID, comma, the free flag in cinema small letter. So what happens is, from this array, cinema array, we are going to read every element one by one. The seat ID and the free is going to be like 1 1 and the next one is 2 0 and then 3 1, right? So we are going to iterate it and we are going to read every seat ID in the loop. Okay, So now I'm just saying if the free equal to 1. That means if the seat is available, right? If that is the scenario, then we are going to reset the current length. Current length equal to 0. So if you start that part, if the seat is available, and that is when we are going to start that first seat count, then we have to make sure that the current start seat is going to get the current seat ID. Since I'm going to start here and my flag is 1, that means the seat is free, then I'm going to check, are we considering the previous seat as free and you're counting back to this current one, or this is the starting point? This is the first seat you're going to look for, right? So that's where the current length comes. So if you say that, yeah, this is the first time we are going to use it, then you make sure the start seat starts from that particular seat ID. In this case, it's 1. And then we are going to make the other variables. Current length. So whatever the seat length we are looking for, plus equal to 1. We just add one more, and then the end seat equal to, currently we have only one seat, right? So we just say end seat is going to be the seat ID. So the current length we are going to initiate to 1 because it's going to be 0 first time. If not, we are going to continue with 1, then it will be incremented. And the end seat, every time when you go through every seat, if it's available, the end seat is going to be there. In between, if there is any 0 that is occupied, then we have to reset everything again. Okay, so this scenario is when the flag is available. If not, right, if the flag is says it's occupied, if it's occupied, then if it's the first record, there is no issue. But if it's in between, then you have to make sure whatever the free seats we calculated, right, we have to manipulate that. So you say if the current length is greater than the maximum length, if that is the scenario, then we are going to get all the values like maximum length equal to the current length. So this is provided only if the current length is greater than the maximum length, right? That means the array, the sequence is going to be longer. If that is the case, then we make sure, okay, the free seats are done. So better you aggregate all the values you calculated till now and go fresh start. Okay, so the maximum length equal to the current length, and then the maximum start seat equal to the start seat which we assigned in the first if condition, right? If the first one, the current length is 0, then assign the first seat to the seat ID. That is what we are going to use here. And then maximum end seat equal to, we are just incrementing that end seat, right? So whatever the seat ID comes with free flag equal to 1, that means the seat is still available, and then you just increment that end seat. Since they move one by one, the end will just moving to the along with the next point. Now max end seat equal to end seat. Now we can just say current length equal to 0, right? Because we assigned the current length to the maximum length if it's greater than. If it's small, then we just ignore that if condition. Directly go to the current length. You clean up, say, okay, start from the beginning, right? So it goes through the loop. The loop can end in the else statement. The loop can end in the if statement. Means if the last element is going to have the free flag as 1, that means this if statement will execute. If the last seat is occupied, then it will come here and do it. If it comes here and the program, the for loop is done, then it's great. But if it comes here, we are not sure if the current the length of the seat is greater than whatever we calculated, right? So all the calculations we might miss if the whole last piece of the seat is all available. So what we do, once the loop is done, we make sure that if the current length, the same, all this we just replicate at this point to make sure if there is any process which ends in the if statement, not the else statement, then we make sure you collect all the information. And this is going to be with the for loop. So we have to go one more step behind. Okay. So this is the final part of it. So once we are done with it, then we simply return three things. One is the maximum start seat, and then the maximum end seat, finally the maximum length, which is the length of the seats, free seats. Now if I call the function, hopefully it runs without an error. Nope. Current length refers before this. So where is it? Current length is equal to 1. Maybe spelling mistake. Current length. Current length equal to 0. So what is the problem here? So return max growth data, it's 14. Seat start seat equal to seat ID. LEN. Okay, spelling mistake here. Okay, current length. Again, max seat plus, okay, comma, max start underscore. Okay, so a few spelling corrections. Now you get the 3, 5, and 3. So what we did, we just got an array which got the seat ID and the free flag, whether the seat is available or is occupied. And we come here, we do quite a few variables declared. The first three are used for every looping process, and the last three are used only if there should be a clear restart going to happen, right? Before the restart happens, you check some variables and make sure you store all the maximum values. Now we come here, we got for seat ID and the free flag in cinema. That means every time it reads the first element, it splits the first one as the seat ID, the second one as the free flag. You get that. The first one is going to be 1, 1, right? So if the first one is 1, 1. Once you come here, it check if the free equal to 1. Yes, the second value, the element is the free flag. So this is going to be yes. Then we come here, if the free flag equal to 1, then you make sure the starting position is set. Starting position will be set if we haven't done any length calculation after a reset or the beginning of the program. So you just say, okay, now current length equal to 0. That means you haven't started the program at all, or you restarting it again at this point, right? After you come from the else statement, you restarting it, then you make sure you address that. 0, yes. So this start seat is going to be the 1. Current length, basically we have only one seat counted now, it's 1. End seat again, the only one seat, so start and end are going to be the same. You don't go for the else statement because the if is done. So we go again, and this time it's 2, 1. 2, 0, sorry, 2, 0. That means this seat has been occupied. We come here, check free equal to 1, no, free equal to 0. So we skip the whole if statement. We are going here, else, you say current length is greater than maximum length. So current length only one seat we till now track, but the maximum length is still 0. So it's greater than, yes. Now we reset or reassign all the maximum values. So maximum length equal to, till now we are calculating the current length. So we can use this, which is 1. And the start seat, we started with the first seat, right? 1, 1. And then 2, it's not. So the start seat equal to 1. The end seat again we calculated here, and in this scenario even that is 1. And then we are resetting the current length, right? Because we crossed the occupied one. The next one might be a occupied one, or it might be a valid one, right? So we just reset that to 0. Now we go into the loop. This one will do at the end, right? So we just have the indentation at this part first. So we just do this. So the next one is going to be 3, 1. You can put this way, 3, 1. In this scenario, we check what happened to the free flag, the fresh one, which is yes. So this is going to be yes. And we are checking the current length. We reset this in the else statement. So when you go here, is it 0? Yes. Then you make the seat ID to, now the start seat is whatever the seat ID, we got 3. Right? Make it as 3. And then the current length, how long the seat is. Now only we are resetting everything. So it's going to be 1 again. And the end seat equal to whatever we started now. We are beginning part of it, right? So we just make sure we carry that. So 3. And then we are going for the next one, which is 4, 1. So this is also free, the second consecutive free. He comes here, is it free? Yes. So we just check if the current length is 0. No, current length we just added here, it became 1 now. So we skip the seat ID as the start seat, because start seat is already the previous one, the number 3, and we fix that issue of resetting the current length, right? So now the current length is going to be 1. So this process is going to get skipped. The if statement is going to get skipped. You can simply say no. And then it goes into the next process, the same if condition, if free equal to 1, we make sure we increment the length, because previous seat is also available, the current seat is also available. So we make sure we increment that to 1, and then the end seat is what the seat ID is, which is 3. So we start with 3. Oh, we got 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this one is 3 and comes to the 4th seat. Yes, 3 is also free, 4 is also free. So the starting point is always going to be 3 till we reset the right side part of it. Same way, it goes to the loop again, 5. 5, 1. Same way it comes here, it's 1. So, okay, it's 1. So you have to do the same process. We say it's a free is 1. Yes, it's 1. So we increment the same thing. The current length is 0. No, the current length is not 0. We are still calculating it, right? Now it's became 2 now. So again, it's no. And now we check the current length. So now it's 2. We increment to 1 more. So it's 3. And the next one is the end seat. So 3 is available, 4 is available. So the end seat is going to be the current seat ID, which is going to be 5. So this is supposed to be 4. Okay. So we checked on 3, it's available. We moved on to 4, it's available. We moved on to 5, it's available. So we increment the length also for the same thing. Now we check what happens to the maximum length. Currently the maximum length is only 1. And then we stop the loop in the if statement. We are not going to come back to the else statement. So all these short-term variables are having the value. So how will you assign it? I'm just going to do the same process we did here. Get the current length is maximum length. Yes, maximum length is 1. The current length is 3. So we say yes, this is true. So maximum length, we just convert that to 3. The start seed, we just start with 3, right? So you start with 3. Sorry, here you start with 3 and saved it properly. So it's going to be 3. The end seed is going to be, it start 3 and then increment 4, go 5. So the end seed is going to be 5. Now we are going to return the value. Maximum start seed is going to be the first one, which is 3. The maximum end seed, which is the right one, which is 5. So starting is 3 and the ending is 5. So the 3 consecutive seeds are clean. Now you return that value. So this is what is happening here. If you want to check multiple values, then you can use multiple values here and it's all pass. So this one we discussed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If there is one more like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, then the output is going to be 9 to 12. So 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 seats are available. So the starting is 9, ending is 12. The total seat available is 4. If you want to see all this code, then you go to growwithdata. As I told you, we have the link here. But this video is going to be tagged in Python interview questions 51 to 100. If you go here, you have Python interview questions 51 to 100. You have Tamil version also, Tamil Python interview questions 51 to 100. If you click on this, it will take you to the video and the code base will be in the GitHub. So every video has the corresponding GitHub link. So this one is going to be the 78th video. So it is connected to this one. And you got the whole program we discussed here and the test cases. So if you want to join the WhatsApp channel, there's a link here for growwithdata. You can use this and join growwithdata WhatsApp channel. So this is one of the simple format of questions. If you know the flow of it, right? So how you get the variables and then how you go with the flow, how I explained here, the if and else statement, and make sure there is a check after the if and else statement, because there might be cases it just completes only if and go to office, right? So you make sure you get it. Hope you like this video and thanks for watching.